Studio A in Texas, USA. It's the award-winning all things automotive car talk show in Wheel Time. Just ahead, a review of our new car of the week, the 2021 Infiniti Q50 S. A look at the 2021 racing calendar. We begin our new series from Ryan Ainsley and his car adventures. And we'll also have the stories making auto news headlines this week. That and more just ahead on today's In Wheel Time Car Show for Saturday, December 26th, 2020. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Jeff Zekin a little bit off camera over there. I'm Don Armstrong, just a little bit off his rocker.
Off kilter.
Off kilter, always. So thank you very much for joining us this day after Christmas. And now we look forward to
a new year. Let's put 2020 hindsight.
Good Lord. Let's do that, shall we?
Yep.
So Mr. Mars is going to cue me when our guest is ready, and we will go from there. I am glad that we are moving now toward 2021. I mentioned earlier, and I think our pre-show, that I have been approved to get my COVID shot on New Year's Eve, this coming Thursday.
Nice.
So I'm kind of excited about that, so I can get on with my life.
Can I pay to watch?
You can. You can.
So is this you just go into the clinic, or is it a drive-through, or what's the deal?
No, I go to my doctor's office.
And he just gives you the shot?
Yeah. They're the ones that contacted me. I thought that it would probably be
It's because you're on the list.
February, March, April before I got mine. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm on the list. By no fault of my own.
But you're behind, Sheila Jackson Lee got hers before you got yours.
Well, she ranks and I don't.
Well,
please continue.
no, I don't think I'll go there. I'll just leave that be. I was amazed that the politicians thought that they were essential workers. And I'll let everybody else join in on that on Facebook.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that myself. Who cares?
Well, I'm interested that you're ready to take the shot, that you're ready, willing, and able to jump in and take the shot. I guess nobody's contacted me about it, but I don't know that I'd take it right off the bat. I think I'd wait a little bit, and I'll watch you and see how you evolve
as I crumple to the floor.
Well, how's your back? Talking about crumpling to the floor.
Actually, my back is doing much better. And for those that don't know, I had back surgery 3.5 weeks ago. And it has been a brutal recovery.
Yeah, well, the last couple of weeks you were in pain. I haven't really noticed you gimping around very much.
It still reminds me that it's there, but it's doing much better.
I know you're not taking any kind of pain meds.
No, I haven't taken really any pain meds. I don't do good with pills.
Good for you.
Yeah, I really don't. One of the things
they have pain meds they can give you as a suppository.
I'm sure that they do. But I'll refrain from that for now anyway. I've refrained from that for all of my life so far, so we'll just kind of leave it at that.
Well, I'm glad the back's healed.
Well, it's not healed completely, but it's on the mend.
And you're on the list to get your COVID
shot.
No, I won't go there. Do they do any?
That's why his mic's not on, because I don't want to know.
Do they do any pre-med workup on you before they give you the shot, or you just go get the shot?
I have absolutely no clue. I'm scheduled to go get it next Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. And if I don't show up here back at the Studio A on next Saturday, you'll know that it didn't go so well.
At the Smoke and Mirrors studio. You'll do fine, Don.
I think I will. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it.
And then what does that allow you to do?
Nothing.
Nothing,
because it's only part 1 of 2.
But you still have to mask. You still have to social distance.
Yeah.
You still got to do all the things they're telling you to do.
But I don't have to worry as much about getting it. I mean, I'm still going to take all the precautions, but I won't have to worry as much, I don't think.
Because of the vaccine. Well, hope that's the intent. And they say it's about a 95% efficacy.
So my daughter, Katie, who lives in Denver, was unable to come home for several reasons. One is getting on an airplane with everybody else. Did you see the crowds at the airport?
Yeah.
That's not a good thing. And there's
I
that.
flew over Thanksgiving, and the planes were full.
Katie's mother was exposed to COVID, so there was another reason for her not to come down here.
Understood.
And Dad's still working, so what am I going to do?
Avoid any possibility of being exposed.
It's not that. It's the fact that I couldn't spend any time with her. I'm working.
Oh.
Yeah, so she decided we'll just stay up here and wait a couple more months, which was kind of sad.
But she got a chance to go snowboarding.
Yes, she's working on her snowboarding techniques.
Skills.
Yes. So, at any rate, we were supposed to have Lonnie Ford from Lone Star Throwdown.
We got Lonnie. We can't get Todd.
Well, let's talk to Lonnie and see if Todd can.
Lonnie, it's good to see
sir.
you. What are you doing? You're looking good.
Same old thing. How you guys doing?
Well, we're doing fine. Is your beard grown, or is that a mask that's pulled down below your mouth?
No, it's the beard.
Is it the beard? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So can you fold it? Can you fold it up and make it look like a mask?
Yes, he can.
Well, let's see. It's the start of a new year, and we have Lonnie and Todd on the show. I wonder what they're going to talk about.
I don't know, but we've got some sort of a funky thing going on there where we see.
We got two of them. We need to just go to
Todd might
just go to the
slide in
single
here.
until Todd comes on.
So, Lonnie, let's talk about Lone Star Throwdown. I didn't show them both on at this segment anyway. I think that Todd is going to be on at a different time. But whatever the case may be. So, Lonnie, Lone Star Throwdown, this is typically a January event. And
It's a February
event. My apologies. A February event. Is it still on?
Yep, still on as of now.
How did you manage to escape all of the close downs of public events?
We're still not there yet. We're February 26th to the 28th.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Of 2021, and we're considered an outdoor event. So we just have the guidelines through the state, whatever they require at that time. Right now we can't really say what it's going to.
In adventure and audio.
So as we continue with this escapade here with the Zoom, let me just go ahead and pound my head on the table.
So how involved have you guys been with the county judge and stuff about Lone Star? Because you guys have a huge draw. Are you still expecting about 2,000 vehicles this year registered?
Yep, we're almost to the 2,000 right now.
And have you guys had much conversation with the state about it, or is it they're just trusting you to follow the guidelines?
Yeah, it's whatever the guidelines are going to be at that time. I mean, we can only go by the state's guidelines. It's Montgomery County, so whatever the county is going to, follow at that time is what we're going to have to do. So we're willing to do whatever we have to do to make the event happen.
Do you have to put up hand sanitizing stations as county rules?
It's not really a county rule, but we're going to do it just to
do the right thing.
Yeah, do the right thing. We're going to try to get people to, don't come if you're sick. If you're feeling well, then it's good. And at that time, whatever the guidelines are, we're gonna follow whatever they want us to do.
So are you sold out again?
We're almost sold out. So that's show vehicle registration, which is almost sold out. But our deadline is the 31st, so we only got another week. But we only got around 80 to 90 spots left as we speak right now on vehicles.
And what's the max number?
2,000.
2,000.
Wow.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So
2,000 entries. That's a lot of entries.
Yep.
Yeah, 2,000 show vehicles.
And where can people go if they haven't registered and they still want to register and collect one of those last 70 or 80 spots you got left?
You can go to LoneStarThrowdown.com, and it's on our website. You can register the vehicle right there. And I would suggest if you want your vehicle in the show, you definitely have to do it. We don't do no registration at the event. It's all online.
Well, for those people that don't know, let's explain to everybody that doesn't know, what is the Lone Star Throwdown?
It's a car, truck, and bike show.
Yeah.
All custom vehicles of any kind.
And it is
hot rods.
Yeah, and it is outdoors, and it's at the Conroe Convention Center.
Yep, it's at the Conroe Lone Star Expo Center, and we take up pretty much every piece of property that they got up out there.
Right up off of 45 up there. It's right across the street from the Conroe Regional Airport. So it's easy. It's an easy drive for everybody in Southeast Texas. But you also have entries from pretty much all of the United States and Canada, do you not?
Yep, we have some from Mexico, Canada. Not really sure how those guys are going to do it this year because of the border stuff. but pretty much the whole United States, we got almost every state with a vehicle coming from it.
Wow.
Yeah. And, one of the things that we're going to talk to Todd about is that, you guys, both you and Todd, have vehicles, not to enter into the Lone Star Throwdown, but you guys really are enthusiasts yourselves.
You have a
Absolutely.
collection of toys.
Yeah, we've been since we were kids.
Yeah. So what is it that what do you have?
I have right now a 1975 Ford F100. It's right there, one picture of it.
That's very good. That's very good.
Yeah, very nice. And
it's on a fully custom chassis, running 24-inch billet wheels, and the rear has 24 by 15s. Has a 440 cubic inch dart block. So it's a fun little truck.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of dough invested in that, my friend.
Yeah.
Don't tell his wife.
She's standing right there beside him, helping him with it.
Yeah, because he's afraid she's going to sell it for what she thinks he's paid for it, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
But
No.
but you've done a lot of the work yourself as well as contracted certain stuff out.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the frame and stuff like that, I definitely couldn't do.
Right.
You get other people that are a little bit more,
skilled
farther
at
advanced. Yeah, that have the equipment and everything else. That's it's always one of those things that you want to do yourself, but it's having the the tools, the just the time and the craftsmanship.
And then
shops, man, they've been around for years.
Right. And then the only way to get it to lay down as low as you have it is custom framing. That you couldn't get that low with a factory frame. You've got to.
Well, not only that year Ford's got an I-beam type front suspension on it.
Yep.
And that's serious business to try and do anything with.
You don't still have I-beam on it though, do you?
No, it's a custom-made upper and lower control arm. Actually, when I first started building this truck, I didn't want to use any GM parts. So I used a 2000 Expedition spindle and had custom-made upper and lower control arms for it because I wanted to use all Ford, off of some type of year model Ford parts on it for the suspension.
And it's air suspension or is it hydraulics?
No, it's airbags.
And then because I could see in that photo, it's scraping. I guess that's the phrase you use.
Yeah.
And how high?
It has a full AccuAir air ride system on it.
And how much articulation or how much vertical height can you get with the airbags on it?
I can get it enough to clear the wheel so I can turn and drive it and do whatever I need. I mean, it probably gets, 12 to 14 inches of lift.
Oh, wow. And that's the fun thing about going to Lone Star Throwdown, because just watching the vehicles drive by, because for our listeners and our followers here, you have to drive to judging there. So your vehicle can't just be a trailer queen. You have to drive it to judging. And certain places you can kind of hang out. You watch everybody that drives to judging come by, and you can kind of check out the lowered vehicles, the raised vehicles, the loud vehicles, the fast vehicles, and to a degree the slow vehicles. But I'll tell you, some of those trucks, I wonder, how do you get up into some of those trucks that are, lifted 18, 20 inches off the ground? It's amazing. And then I know the one guy came by and literally the truck lowered itself from about 18-inch lift down to the ground with the articulated suspension. It's amazing the technology people bring to those kinds of show vehicles that show up at the Lone Star Throwdown.
Lonnie, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, how does the judging, the drive-by or drive-through judging work? I mean, do you have an allotted period of time that the judge has to go over the vehicle?
No, we really leave it up to the individual, the car show person. If they don't want to have it judged when they first get to the show, they can, we judge Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it's left up to them when they want it to get it judged. Some guys, they drive these vehicles. So once they get there, they want to get them have time to get them detailed and cleaned and then take them through judging. So judging is all per up to the individual when they want to get a judge.
But when they're in the judging station, how long does the judge have to judge the vehicle?
It's left up to the judge. If he's looking at a car and it's really extensive, I mean, it can take, however long it takes for him to look at everything. And we give each individual gets to talk to the judge. Maybe they have something that they want to show the judge. We allow all of that so that, it kind of gives a bond between the judge and the person to kind of show the vehicle.
Well, this is a very unique situation. I mean, I don't believe I've ever been to a cruise-in or a car show of any kind that is like Lone Star Throwdown.
In motion.
Yeah, it really is an in-motion show. Yes, there are some static displays and there are some static portions of the show, but for the most part, everything is on the move in there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it gets a little hectic sometimes where the cars are, all kind of bundled up with how many people that we have at the event. But, for the most part, a lot of the cars, they're driving around and then they find a place to park. And then it's just kind of a park show.
Well, it's so unique, and it's a great event. Now, how long have you and Todd been doing this?
This will be our 10th year, so this is our 10th anniversary.
Yep. Yeah, 10th anniversary.
It's crazy to think something that we just wanted to do, and Todd and I have been doing this for a long time since we were kids, and just wanted to do a show because we go to so many of them. And never dreamed that it would turn out the way that it has the past 10 years. I mean, because it started from nothing, and
you guys
the past few years have just been where we have to, limit the amount of vehicles coming into the show.
And you guys are one of the most attended shows around, and I would assume this year you may be the most attended show because you're in Texas and we're still open to a large degree. So people coming and going, I think, will have a better opportunity at Lone Star than they will some of the other states around the country. Yeah,
the shows that have happened this year, we as well as Lone Star Throwdown, we do garage gear clothing.
Right.
And we go to a bunch of, events. And this year, probably half the events have gotten canceled, but the ones that have happened, they're quadrupled in attendance. The show was really good.
Yeah, it's back to a supply and demand. You got less shows to go to, so more people end up going to them.
And I think people are just ready to get out. So it's it's one of those things. As a show promoter and a vendor at some of these shows, it's kind of it tugs at you a little bit because you feel bad for the people that can't have the event that gets canceled because what goes into the show, the amount of money and the time for it just to get canceled and not get another date.
One of the issues that you had year before last was the fact that your food trucks were kind of overwhelmed, and you dealt with that and actually did twice as many food trucks and seemed to get that under control. So I guess each year you learn something new, huh?
Every year we learn something new. I think that's something that we never, we always never say that we got it under control because we learn something every year.
well, I mean, that's just the way that it is. But that's one nice thing about your show is that you evolve the show every year, add things, take some things that weren't successful away, and keep refining it to the point where it runs smoother and smoother every year. And believe me, I know from experience myself that after shows that I've attended, some of them learn, some don't, and you guys seem to have it down quite well.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you want the participants to have a good time and the showgoers. I mean, the guys that are bringing these trucks from all over the country, you want them to have a good time. So you listen to what they want and what they don't want, and then you try to make a happy medium.
Lonnie, what are the dates again?
It's going to be February 26th through the 28th, 2021.
Okay. And how much does it cost to get in if you're just a spectator?
We only sell weekend bands, and they're $20, and it's good for all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Makes it simple. Yeah, and I know that parking for spectators is kind of at a premium, so get there early and stay late.
Yeah, definitely.
Lonnie, it's always great to talk to you.
I appreciate you guys.
Well, we appreciate you too, and we hope to see you at the end of February, okay?
Absolutely.
Take care of yourself, man. Be safe.
Be safe.
Stay healthy.
All right. Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah, you too.
Happy New Year.
Lonnie Ford, Lone Star Throwdown, February 26th through the 28th up there at the Conroe Expo Center, Convention Center, Rodeo Arena, right? Just look it up. LoneStarThrowdown.com.
Just spit it out.
Yeah. Let's remind everybody that if you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address is info@inwheeltime.com. Time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars had a chance to drive the new Infiniti Q50 S. I don't know, why did you get a chance to drive the Infiniti? They won't loan me any. They already turned me down, said, no, we ain't going to give you one. I said, okay, fine. You want to be that way? I can be that way too.
Okay.
So be sure and put that. Be sure when you send this review out to Infiniti, be sure and include that on there.
That they did not include.
Yeah. How come you got one and I didn't?
Okay. So count to 3.
1, 2, 3.
Great. Now I got an edit spot. Okay, so now we're going to talk about the 2021 Infiniti Q.
The one that Infiniti won't let me have.
Red Sport 400 all-wheel drive. Now, when you're talking about the Q50, you're really talking about a compact luxury sport sedan. It's kind of a crossover between the luxury and the sports segment because of the way that they're configuring the engine and stuff. So the Q50 actually comes in 4 trim levels, the Pure, the Luxe, and then you get the Red Sport 400 with a new, for this year, new trim package called the Century. And it's really kind of more on the luxury side, so we're going to stay over on the sports side. Now, the last major update to the Q50 was back in 2014. So it's kind of, you might think it's kind of updated, but it really doesn't. It looks very modern still. Got the large grille up front, the LED headlights and fog lights that kind of go around all that. It's got some nice curvy body lines to it that flow into the power heated side mirrors and it's just got a nice classic look to it that fits in with what everybody else is doing now. So it was kind of ahead of its time. Got the rain sensing wipers out front. We got the power moonroof, and we were rolling on the optional 19-inch aluminum wheels. So again, with the modern stylish lines that it's got, it's very, very contemporary. Now you get on the inside of it, you're going to see that this model we had the semi-aniline leather. Now, you may say, what is a semi-aniline
I think
leather?
that's aniline.
Aniline?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Could be aniline, but I think it's aniline.
So the difference, so it's very similar to a full aniline, but it has a protective color layer on it. I had to go figure out what that was. So anyway, because this is kind of straddling the lines between luxury and sport, we've got the sports seating inside of it. It's got a very nice sports-style front seat. 60/40 is a rear folding seat. And it's got a carbon fiber trim package on the inside of it that goes real well with the sport concept.
Is that an upgrade to the car? That's
part of the Red Sport.
Part of the Red Sport.
And one thing I liked because in the technology of it, of course, we had the Bose 16-speaker audio system with the Apple CarPlay and the audio, and it's all part of the Infiniti InTouch with the dual displays that you can see on there. And I liked this particular one because you could work in one and the other one was more of a display. So it wasn't like you had to use both of them.
Kind of cleans the dash up having dual displays.
It does. And like I said, this one I liked because it was very workable. And it also had rear seat charging ports, which is very important. I'm telling you, the older I get, the more important that kind of stuff gets. Now, the cool thing is up under the hood, it had a 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6. Now, the standard engine is 300 horsepower. We had the 400, so we had the 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque, backed by a 7-speed automatic transmission. They're all backed by the 7-speed automatic transmission. Now, the EPA says in the city you should be looking for about 19 miles per gallon. Now, on the Highway 26, combined, you should get about 22. Now, this is the Red Sport with 400 horses, Jeff. Note that.
Yep.
Notice he says it to you and won't say anything to me about it.
Well, they won't let you drive the car.
Yeah, so
I know that they won't let me drive.
I'm paying attention.
Yeah, Jeff's paying attention. So I only got about 20.
I'm hanging on every
But
word.
we really did a lot of research on this vehicle because it'll go 0 to 60 in approximately 4.5 seconds, which is pretty quick.
That's pretty
for
quick.
a sport sedan. And it also had one of the great things about driving with it, it had the dynamic digital suspension. So this is actually a system that adjusts the damper settings on it as you're going down the road, rough, going into the curves or whatever. So it kind of really takes care of the ride very nicely. If you're looking for something to compare it to, you might look at an Audi A4 or Lexus ES or maybe even a BMW 3 Series. You can get a base Q50 front-wheel drive for $36,600.
That's not bad.
Now, you want to step up to an all-wheel drive version of the Red Sport 400 all-wheel drive, which, again, was the top of the line. The base price for this vehicle is going to be $57,750. Now, you're going to add in, we added in a few options, and the charging ports, rear charging ports, the wheels, things like that. And it bumped it up to $61,890
Wow.
MSRP as tested for a luxury sport sedan that Don can't drive.
I was living on every word that you said because they won't let me drive it. So,
Well, they
I
will.
tried to let you live vicariously through me.
and it didn't work, did it?
Well,
At any rate, but thank you very much for trying. Time now for this hour's racing calendar. Now, I know that it is the day after Christmas, but Conrad, through all of his deep research, has found some events coming up.
Well, you know, again, SCCA having the event today down at Motorsports Resort. That's always going to be fun. The Dakar Rally starts on TV on January 3rd.
Is it Dakar or Dakar or
Dakar, you know, but it's not there anymore. Dakar is in the Sahara Desert. This is now in Peru. They just kept the name of it, but it's the same.
That's a long
really
race.
intense. It's like 14 days each. You know, they've got 14 segments to it, and it takes them 14
They
days
race
to
from
run
the
it.
desert to Peru.
Yeah, well, there's huge deserts in Peru. And then the real racing
Machu
season
Picchu is there too.
that's at the top of the mountain. Then there's real race, not that Dakar isn't real racing, forgive me. But here in the States, the racing begins with the Roar at the 24. So that's at Daytona as they go into speed month at Daytona. And then on the 31st is the 24 hours at Daytona. And then after that, the weekend after that, on February 2nd or 7th is the Daytona qualifying weekend, and then Thursday the 9th is Clash at Daytona, the dual Daytona qualifying rounds, and then February 14th is the Daytona 500 as they roll into the racing season, and then everybody else kind of starts up in March. IndyCar is at St. Petersburg, Florida. On the 5th of March, Australian Grand Prix, which was canceled last year due to COVID, is going to be the 18th of March, followed on the 25th by the Bahrain Formula One race. The Gator Nationals is March 28th, which is the first NHRA event of the year, which is kind of odd because generally the first event was always the Winter Nationals in Pomona, and they're praying that California opens up in time.
Oh, sure, they're going to do that. Texas Truck Works. Sorry.
Yeah, and so the way
got itchy
NHRA
thumbs.
is set is March 14th is the Gator Nationals, March 28th is Atlanta, and then April 11th is the Winter Nationals, whether it opens up
So
or not.
Daytona's on Valentine's Day.
All right, thank you, sir. The In Wheel Time Car Show streams on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. Podcasts available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, iHeart Podcasts, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Amazon, and Podcast Addict. The In Wheel Time Car Show continues right after this quick break.
Texas Truck Works is your go-to truck customizer. From mild-to-wild lift kits, custom wheels, and steering and handling enhancements to the best personal and commercial wraps, Texas Truck Works delivers. Let Texas Truck Works founder Scott Stevens help you get the most out of your truck or Jeep. Texas Truck Works has decades of customizing experience, including power adders and complete engine swaps. Let the Texas Truck Works team design an upgrade plan that fits your budget. Get truck attitude today at TexasTruckWorks.com. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's premier cruise-in, and you're invited to join in. Whether you're a cruiser or spectator, Tailpipes and Tacos is the place to enjoy made-to-order breakfast tacos, fresh coffee, and mingle with Houston's fun car people. Mark your calendar for Saturday, January 16th for Tailpipes and Tacos at the Lupe Tortilla Mexican Restaurant in Katy, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tailpipes and Tacos is free, and everyone is invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods all at one location. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event. The Lupi Tortilla Mexican Restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Lupi founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise in, tailpipes and tacos. Saturday, January 16th, 8 to 11 a.m. at Lupi's in Katy. The In Wheel Time Car Show will be there too. Get your ride ready and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise in, January 16th, 8 to 11 a.m. at Lupi's in Katy, weather permitting.